is Toby Mendel. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Law and Democracy. We're a Canadian-based but working internationally human rights organization. We focus on what we call foundational rights for democracy, so freedom of expression, the right to information, freedom of association, freedom of assembly, and the right to participate. This actually goes back to our work in Myanmar. And we started working in Myanmar in 2012 as part of the process of democratization there. And we started working with media lawyers. And as we went on, it quite quickly became apparent to us that establishing these lawyers into their own organization, which we eventually established as the Myanmar Media Lawyers Network, MMLN, was a good way forward. It would allow them as lawyers to work together and to drive their own sort of chariot, if you will, drive their own civil society organization. As we started working on that, we realized fairly quickly that in fact there are almost no such networks around the world, apart from a few English-speaking countries, Canada, Australia, Britain, and the United States in particular. And we just, we immediately realized, oh gosh, this is a huge gap in the system of defense for media freedom and freedom of expression more generally. And it was just kind of almost an obvious thing to us once we realized the gap and we realized the potential to say, okay, well, we should broaden this out and work more generally. I've been working in this area for 30 years now. There are not a lot of funding streams that specifically are aimed at supporting legal defense and support for media freedom and freedom of expression, and this fund is. I think that's really important. Like we wouldn't easily find another funder that would support this kind of work. This fills a gap in the funding environment, which I think is important. We had a kind of a couple of examples of countries. These were just individual instances, and we didn't have a wider program or platform or system for this. And the GMDF support has utterly transformed our ability to engage in this area. We are now working in dozens of countries. We have created, I don't know the latest number, but we've created up to a dozen of these networks in different countries around the world, in Kenya, in Mongolia, in Ethiopia, and so on and so forth. And indeed, during the last round of GMDF funding, 5 other actors who were working on networks, including a Pan-African regional network, also got support from the fund. So our kind of progeny, our little babies, have now grown up and are getting their own support again from your fund, and so and that's helping them work as well. I mean, we have, I don't want to sound immodest, but I mean, and thank you UNESCO for your support. But with that support, we have gone from kind of 2 bespoke exercises in this area to a global program. So it's transformed the whole thing. Generally on civic space, it just needs the democratic actors in the world, including official actors and civil society and things. And I mean, we've seen some important official developments, the Media Freedom Coalition, for example, and states coming together in democratic groups to say we're going to stand together to support these issues. I think those have been very important developments, and of course civil society is continuing to do its work, and official intergovernmental actors like yourselves are also doing their piece. So I think we all just need to kind of continue to stand firm against rollbacks and to contest them when they become more serious. Thank you to the countries behind this that are providing the funding to UNESCO, and I hope they continue to do that. I know my own country, Canada, has been a on the ground floor on that, and I think it's great, and they should keep doing it. But also other countries should add to it. I think this is as I've said before in this interview, this is an important fund, and I absolutely hope that it keeps going. It is filling a need.